It is not easy to set up a business, so don't let anyone deceive you. But if you are able, then it means that is your gateway to success. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel once again. There is Bongreat 1 TV and I am your favorite life coach, Dr. Bongreat, and today I'm here to educate you on 15 tips to know before starting up a business. Without wasting my time, let's go straight to the point. Point number 1, know the type of business you want to do. You need to be specific about the kind of business you want to do. It shouldn't be that everybody is doing this particular business and it is booming for them, and because of that, you also want to enter into the market with the same kind of business. No, always be specific that there is what I want to do. Don't follow the crowd. Don't follow what people are doing and decide to also follow the same trend. No, you need to be specific and then unique in your own way, the kind of business that you want to do. Let it be specific. Point number 2, you need to have a starting capital. It could either be from your savings. Listen and listen good. When it comes to business, you need to organize yourself very well when it comes to what capital before venturing into that business that you want to establish. Why am I saying this? Most times people rush into the business thinking with the little capital they have, they can start up something. That is never the case. Maybe if it is a small petty trading that you want to embark on, for that one, that's cool. But it is about, let's say you going for a shop, or let's say you going to rent a place and then start up your business, my friend, then it's never easy. So you need to take your time, like give yourself some time, let's say a year or 2 or 3, to accumulate some capital elsewhere before coming on board. Don't let it be like next year I need to establish this particular business, and for that matter, whether I have the capital or not, I am going into it with the little one that I have. No, you don't do business like that. You need to always make sure that you have enough capital before starting up the business, or else you are going to be stuck into the middle of nowhere. That is the second advice I have for you. Point number 3, you need to do something that you love. I mean something that you have passion for. Don't just do anything because, let's say, I have the capital over there and then someone said this business is going to help me, so I am going into it. No, we don't do that. If you don't do something that you love, you are going to lose, or you are going to have a low output. Let's assume you want to enter into animal farming and you yourself, you do not have passion for animals. So how are you going to breed, or let's say rear this kind of animals? It's going to be difficult for you. What most people think is that, oh, definitely I'm going to employ somebody to take care of the animals for me. It's very true. Those people are going to be present and they are going to do the work for you. But since you do not have passion for it, there is no way you are able to you are going to be able to dedicate your time for the work. In other sense, you wouldn't always be there. It will be like, since you don't have passion for the thing, so sometimes you'll be there, other times you go away, let's say about a week or 2 or 3, and then you haven't been present over there, leaving the animals in the hands of the caretaker. Sometimes these caretakers are also not all that specialists. Are you getting it? So what happens is that sometimes when the animals are sick, they don't have that surgical eye to be able to detect whether the animals are sick or not. But if you have a passion for it, it becomes very easy, because at the end of the day, immediately you enter into the animal, or let's say animal house, you'll be able to identify that this particular animal is sick or not. Are you getting it? And then do the necessary thing that can help the animal to survive. So let's say if you don't have a passion for this particular thing, and then let's say you want to rear animals, then you need to forget it. So make sure that whatever business that you are choosing, you have a passion for that particular business, or else you are going to have a low output, or you are going to lose at the end of the day. Point number 4, you need to have a business plan. You see, most times in Africa, or most of the African countries, we don't like building a business plan. Why am I saying it? Because most of us are engaged in this petty trading activities, or let's say the small business or the medium businesses. So sometimes there's no need for you to come out with a business plan. But for the bigger companies, factories, or industries, most times they deal with the business plan. Are you getting? Because the business plan contains the aims, the aims, the objectives, the goals, the location of the business, the business logo, the business name, and a whole lot. Are you getting it? Yeah. So that is business plan for you. Point number 5, you need to contact a resource person. So when I talk about resource people, they are the people who are also into the same business that you want to establish. Are you getting it? They have acquired so much experience in the business that you want to establish. So sometimes you need to go them and then seek for little guidance, or let's say advice on how they came about their project, and then how to handle 1 or 2 things. Are you getting it? So seek their advice so that they can guide you to be able to establish the kind of business that you want come out with. Don't just start a business without contacting any person who is also a guru in that field, because sometimes for them, they have so much experience in that job field. So sometimes they can give you some tidbits, or let's say some guidance that can motivate you to be able to establish that business. Or better still, they can also tell you the risk involved in establishing that particular business, so that you will be aware of the future risk that may set in, and then prepare for it, so that whenever it comes, it doesn't break you down. Are you getting it? Point number 6, you need to be willing to learn. You need to be willing to learn. Why am I saying this? Don't think that let's say if you have money, then it means you can establish a business. No, because when it comes to business, you need to make a lot of research before organizing, or let's say building that particular business. You need to learn from people who are endowed in that business field. Or better still, you need to also seek advice on the internet. Let's say Google videos from people, YouTube and the rest. People who have also venture that business that you are about to get into, and then seek advice, seek guidance, read a lot of books, and then acquire much more knowledge on that field that you want to enter. Don't just sit down and think that at the end of the day, I have money, and for that matter, I can do whatever thing that I want to do. No, if you don't learn, you are going to lose, because these days, modernization has come, and then things keep on changing from time to time. So maybe the old way of doing things has now been diverted toward the new way, or the modern way of doing things. So you need to have the ability to adapt to the system. And then in adapting to that system, you can't, without knowledge, you can't get to that particular point. So there is a need for you to be willing to learn from anywhere, any angle that you want to learn from. If only you are ready to establish that business, then you need to be much more focused, and then learn from anywhere that you will get information or knowledge from. Point number 7, you need to have time for the business. You need to dedicate most of your time for this particular business. Why am I saying this? Don't say that, oh, at the end of the day, I have employees that I am working it, and for that matter, I can leave everything for them. No. At the beginning of the business, you need to be there, so that you get experience from the roots whilst you were starting that particular business, so that you be acquainted in the job field, so that one day you can also become a resource person to somebody, or a motivator or a mentor to somebody. But if you leave everything in the hands of the employees, what is going to happen is that they are going to gain the requisite knowledge and also much more experience than you, the owner. Are you getting it? So a time comes, and then they decide to ask for a salary increment, or anything of that sort. Then you see you'll be finding yourself or you'll be panicking, because if you don't do it and then they go, it means that your business is going down. Why? Because they have the experience more than you. So you need to dedicate most of your time for the business, so that you always be there. And so far as you are always there, and then you are building this particular business, then it means that you are also going to gain much more knowledge and then experience in the business, so that even if they are no more, you can still manage your own business. Or better still, you can go in for different people and then train them. And at the end of the day too, whenever you are always there and then trying to create time for your business, whatever thing which is going on wrong elsewhere, you'll be able to identify it on time, and then do justice to it, or find a remedy to that particular problem. Are you getting it? So that is one thing that you need to do. You need to have time for your business. Point number 8, you need a team. You need people that you are going to work with. You see, you can't do it all by yourself. Definitely, you may need somebody by your side to help you to hold one or two things for you. Are you getting it? And they shouldn't be people who wouldn't be interested in the job field, but rather maybe interested in the money that they are going to get. No. That is the reason why you need to do sometimes interviews, so that maybe you call the people, you interview them, you check to see whether they have experience in the job field that they are about to embark on or not. Are you getting it? That is the main reason why most job field organize interviews. So sometimes after maybe getting the experience once, you are good to go. You can decide to arrange them. Or better still, if you have an inexperienced people too, you can just grab them. But the most important thing is that they need to have interest in the kind of business that they are venturing into, or they are coming into. Are you getting it? They need to embrace it, and they need to be willing to learn through orientation and one or two things, so that At the end of the day, you together with you build a business. Point number 9, you need a reserve capital. That is very, very, very important. You don't just enter into business and then say that maybe there is the kind of business that I want to establish and then I need like 10,000 Ghana cedis. So if I'm able to save up to 10,000 Ghana cedis, then it means that I am good to go. No, you need a money setting aside specifically for maybe if there is any future uncertainties or let's say a risk comes. That capital is what you are going to grab to to fight against that particular disaster that happens. Are you getting it? So let's assume maybe you have a poultry farm and then maybe you started all this poultry farm with just 10,000 Ghana cedis. And then for all we know, we never knew maybe let's say an outbreak of disease may come. So you were there and then it came and then most of your animals were dying. What do? Then it means that you need to go and then find money to what? To vaccinate them or to vaccinate the animals. And it's not easy. Where are you going to get that money? Where are you going to get that money to buy those drugs for the animals? It's become very difficult for you. Are you getting it? Sometimes people go to the extent of borrowing. And at the end of the day, at the end of the day, whereby they are done selling the animals, you see, it's left with them with a little profit. Are you getting it? So you need to set money aside so that whenever future uncertainties come, you just go and then grab the money and then you are there. And then you are going to use that money to what? To fight against the disease through buying what? Drugs. Please, are you getting it? So don't start up a business without having a reserve capital. Reserve capital is very, very vital or key when it comes to what? Business establishment. We don't just go and then do anything that you want. You need to reserve money aside so that whenever thing happens, you can use that money to escape for freedom. Are you getting it? Point number 10. You need to know the demands of the business. Demands in the form of, let's say, the tools that you need before being able to come out to that business. Let's say the equipment. Are you getting it? Let's assume maybe you want to open a provision store. With a provision store, what are some of the things that you need? You need a shop. So sometimes people go to the extent of building containers. Some people will also go and then rent a store. Are you getting it? And then in the store, what are some of the things that you need? Because you need to know the kind of things that you want to sell. Are you getting it? So the kind of things that you want to sell are going to demand the kind of things you need. So let's say maybe I'm going to sell drinks. Then automatically there is a possibility that I may need a fridge. Are you getting it? Maybe I would need a fan in the room because of heat and other things. Maybe I may need a car so that transportation will become very easy for me. So you need to know all these things, the demands. Those are the equipment or the tools that you need before you be able to organize that business. So know the demands of the business. Know what you are looking for or know what that business calls for before establishing it. Point number 11. Before I proceed to point number 11, if today is your first time for being on this channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also click on the notification bell so that anytime I drop a new video, you will be the first person to enjoy this wonderful education. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. And then let's continue to point number 11. Point number 11, you need to have stamina. You need to have stamina. That is, you need to be strong enough because risks are part of business. So you need to bear it. Whenever risk sets in or whenever there is a natural phenomenon which brings about disaster, don't worry. That is the reason why I educated you before to have a reserve capital so that you go in for that money and then continue doing your business, or better still, even do expansion to blow people's mind that, hey, how? Because this person, this natural phenomenon setting and then a whole lot of things has happened. But how come the person has been able to even expand his business again? Are you getting it? That shows how courageous you are. That shows how strong you are. So as a business person, you need to bear risks. And in bearing risks, it means that you need to have stamina, so that's no shaking. Are you getting it? No shaking. Point number 12. You need to be patient. Relax. Don't be in a haste. Most people think that maybe if I invest my money in a business, let's say 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, a year, I should start seeing profits. It doesn't happen that way. It depends on the kind of business maybe you invested into. There are some business, it takes a lot of time before the yield or the profit comes out. Are you getting it? So you need to relax. It's not like maybe somebody selling ice cream, going to the market and then making profits. By the time you come home, you know your profits. No, 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 it doesn't happen that way. There are some businesses, it takes a lot of time before profit begins to what? To come. So just relax, cool down, don't be in a haste, don't rush. Profit will soon come. Okay? You need to have self-confidence, because one way or the other, sometimes risk may come. You need to have confidence. And also, don't let people make decisions for you when it comes to your business. It is your business. So have that confidence to always try as much as possible to make the right decision at any point in time. Sometimes I know friends will criticize you, other people may criticize you. Oh, this particular business, you are throwing your money away and the rest. That is the reason why I told you that before you enter into a business, you need to try as much as possible to make more research about the business field. So you have the bigger picture of what you want to see at the end. So you shouldn't let somebody condemn or criticize you for you to stop whatever thing that you are doing. That is the reason why you need to always motivate yourself. You need to have confidence in yourself that no matter what, that is what I want and I must achieve it. And then you need to be focused on that thing. Are you getting it? And by truly, you are going to what? Grab it. And at the end of the day, you are going to shame them all. Point number 14. You need to think of the growth of your business. Thinking of growth of your business, you need to have a bigger picture of what you want to see. That is the reason why we don't just sit down and then start up any business at all. Are you getting it? You need to know the kind of business that you are venturing into, and then you need to know how long you are going to involve yourself in that particular business. And then also ask yourself, what do I also want to see? That is the bigger picture at the end of everything. Please, are you getting it? Because sometimes people normally come to, let me use social media for example. Sometimes there are a lot of people who come there and then all what they do is that they insult in order to generate views, and then they know that as they are generating views, they are going to earn money from, let's say, YouTube. Ask yourself, is it the kind of business that you want to do throughout your life? Maybe in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s, in your 70s, will you still be able to do that kind of business? That is one thing that you need to ask yourself. So if you are entering into a business, don't enter into a kind of business that you think you are going to do it for just a period of time and then that will be all. No. You need to try as much as possible to build something that you think is going to last to the extent that even your family, or let's say your next generation, is also going to benefit from that kind of business. Because if you look at BMW company, I think it was one person who just established BMW. But right now, all the members working at the department of BMW are family members of that particular man. Please, are you getting it? So you just don't do anything just like that. Whenever you are building a business, have that bigger picture. Try as much as possible that is what I am doing. This is what I am building for my family or my next generation to also come and then follow. Don't say that, oh, let's say I want to sell ice water. Ask yourself, will you sell ice water for 40 years, 50 years? No. Are you getting it? So whatever business you want to venture into, think about the bigger picture. See that kind of vision. See that kind of dream coming into existence. Are you getting it? I quite remember I was talking to this friend of mine, and then as for me, I like farming. So I was telling him that, oh, in the next, let's say 5 years time, by that time, you have enough capital to start up this extensive business, and then we are going towards also employ a lot of people to work for us. And what he said was that he wanted machines that can work on the farm for us. So I was like, hey, how? Because right now, how are we going to raise that huge sum of money within the next, let's say, 5 years? But that is him. That is the bigger picture that he is looking for, or that's the bigger picture that he wants, because he knows that when business comes to that particular point, then it has become something big to the extent that even if that person is no more, the next generation cannot come and then continue. So he was planning of getting equipment, tools that we are going to use on the farm instead of employing labor as in human beings to go and then work on the farm. Please, are you getting it? So these are some of the things that you need to always imagine. Think about this. This business that I want to establish, will it grow? Is it something that I want to do throughout my life? Is it something that I can pass on to the next generation? Don't just do anything anyhow and then they go your way. No, it doesn't happen that way. That is my advice for you. So please, always try as much as possible to think. Have vision. Have your dreams. What do you want to see? How bigger you want to see this business in the next 40 years to come, the next 50 years to come, the next 60 years to come? Please, are you getting it? So that you can also pass on to the next generation to follow. This means you have lived a very good life and then left good legacy. But if you come to, let's say, social media, and let's say you keep on insulting, and then for like 40 years, 50 years, you're still insulting, what legacy are you leaving for the next generation? Maybe that is a business that you are trying to build, because these days I know that blogging is for people, and then it's full-time job for some people. Are you getting it? But actually, is it something that you are going to do? Are you still always going to insult people? Are you always going to give us false information throughout your entire life? No. So have something. Have that bigger picture. Have that vision. Dream about it and make it come into existence. Point number 15. There is no shortcut in business. There is no shortcut in business. So never think that, oh, I want to do it this way, do it that way, and then get the money. No, it doesn't happen that way. There is no shortcut when it comes to business. For business, it needs time, dedication, a lot of efforts, focus, research, and it's a full-time job on its own. Are you getting it? So you need to try as much as possible to do any means possible to make it work. Don't think maybe there is a dubious means that you can pass and then you get the money like that. No, it doesn't happen that way. I know there are other business that people are, going into that and the rest. But no, what do you want? Know what you want and then have that bigger picture. There is no shortcut. Work and work hard and you shall surely get there. Thank you very much for listening to me. And also, if this education was so helpful to you, please don't forget to tell a friend. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also leave your comment in the comment section. And don't forget to also like the video. And I always drop videos on every Friday. So please be expecting it. Just turn on the notification bell so that anytime I drop those videos, you will be the first person to enjoy those wonderful education. And if you go to my next YouTube channel, which is Born Grade 2, that is where I share matters relating to relationship. So if you are also interested in relationship, go subscribe to Born Grade 2 and you will just get wonderful videos to watch, educate yourself, and then be enlightened. Thank you very much. Until I meet you another time. Bye-bye.